live. We're down here at the river today. I'm sitting in the truck. It's a wee bit rainy outside. Not too bad, but I'm sitting down here at the river. We're just gonna go around and do some exploring, walk the river. It's kind of muddy right now, so I'm not sure if we're gonna do much fishing. We might have to head up to the creek and hit that and see if that's any better, but we're just kind of relaxing today. I've got my first of 4 AP exams tomorrow. So today I'm just kind of chilling, getting my mind in the right spot for the last haul of my senior year of high school. Yeah, that's after AP exams. I am pretty much done. So yeah, gonna explore, gonna do some slinging, possibly some fishing, and we're gonna see what we can do. So I'm gonna hop out of the truck, take you guys with me, bear with me for a moment. Just did this kind of on a whim, so not totally prepared, but gotta grab some stuff out of the bed, get set up, and we're gonna head down here for our first spot of adventuring today. So yeah, let's get going. I've done a lot of yapping. We're only like a minute in. All right, got the tripod. Turn you guys. There's one person in here. Let me know who all's watching when you get a chance. A little bit rainy. Chad, how's it going? We're just gonna do some river exploring today. I brought the sling out. The water's pretty muddy. We might try and do some fishing, but at the very minimum, I can pick up some rocks from on the bank and chuck them real far, and that'll be fun. So, yeah. Slinging today? I am, Al. I brought the sling along. We're gonna do some distance throws on the river, so hopefully you guys can see the splashdown and figure out like how far I actually threw it. Alright, gotta get the microphone cover, the wind reducing cover, which is just a little piece of foam. Can you do a flip? Just some kind of flip. Let's not try that. I feel like I could. According to my sister, who's a gymnast, she says I have the strength to do it. I just don't know how to do the technique. Because I can jump real high. What's my best vertical jump? I think my PR vertical jump is 31.5 inches, so I can jump real high. I just don't really know how to do a flip. Can I ask something? Go ahead. I'm from India. That's awesome. All right, bear with me for a moment. I'm gonna get the camera set up in the holder. Oh, I'll put my stone on it. All right, we got you guys in the holder there. Thanks for bearing with me. Vietnam, awesome. Love to see the international viewers. Shalom, that's Hebrew, I believe. Should be. Shalom from Tel Aviv, not exactly sure where that is. Now I'm going to sleep, no problem. Please shout me out, I want to go live. Well, I definitely encourage everybody to go take a look at other people's channels. I can't speak on behalf of you because I don't know you, but definitely everybody go take a look at everybody else's channel and chat. It's a great way to build community. If you find somebody whose content you like, make sure you go connect over with them. Al says, can I have a blue wrench? Yeah, you were in here last time, Al. Typically my moderator status, every time I do this, I like to give a little word about my moderator status. My moderator status is, I don't like kicking people out. Please use the timeout feature. If someone's a problem, and it's consistently been a problem, let me know, and I will be the one to actually boot them for good. But because I don't really want to put that on you guys, and I want to make sure that I'm in control of what's going on there. Use the timeout feature, not the boot feature. My general policies is I don't you can just put them in, like, remove the specific message. I don't really like to talk about politics just because it's not worth talking about in my mind, but things like religion, I'm totally open to discussion as long as we can keep it civil and respectful. Questions are open, just, you know, keep it family friendly and clean. That's the general guidelines. Can you give me 1,000 RS? Don't know what that means. You seem like such a nice guy. Kudos to you. Are you hunting someone? I'm not hunting anybody. That's an interesting question there. No, this is not a disguise. My kind predisposition is not a fake. I'm just trying to be a nice guy. You know, that's what Jesus did, and I'm trying to be like him. 1,000 rupees. How much is 1,000 rupees? Someone said 100 rupees was like 41 cents sometime in my chat. So $4. I could probably pull out $4. Are you in a gang? No. $13. That makes sense. Are you going to fish or something? Yes, I am. I'm just standing here getting ready, responding to some of these crazy chats you guys are throwing my way. Here, we'll do it like that. There you go. All right. Tina says, is it raining there? Just a little bit. Not too bad. I have the rain jacket just in case it gets a little bit worse, but at that point in time, I'd be more worried about the phone than me, so we'd probably have to go seek some shelter anyway. We got some people from the rowing team down here. The crew team, I think is the technical term. Where are you from, brother? I am from Pennsylvania, and this right here is the Schuylkill River. We will head down here and do a little bit of slinging while we wait for these guys to clear out from the dock. I thought I saw sprinkles. You did indeed. Water's pretty high. So I was thinking about standing right there, but I don't have much space. Just let's walk around a little bit more. I'll read some more chats here in a moment. Gets pretty thick in there. Just looking around right now, trying to figure out where I'm gonna go. Let's see what's cracking over here. I'm just looking around. Trung Nguyen or Win? I think it's Win, is that right? Let me know. Nguyen. I think that's Win. Let me know if I'm correct in my assumption there. Might have to do this. Butler's in here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna chill out down here for a little bit. See what's going on. Alright. Well, we'll be right here for a bit. Okay. Vinny wants a blue wrench. Who's that? I gotta go back and read. I just bought a book, Red Letter Church. Sweet. There we go. Is it about fish, Al? Oh no, that book is not about fish. That book is about God and Jesus. What's up? Nice hat. Thank you. This was given to me by my aunt and uncle from Colorado. I will be going to Colorado in like a week and a day, I believe. A little bit less than that. Or not a week and a day, like a week and a half. We'll be going to Colorado. Super excited for that trip. Where's Vinny at? I do look good in blue. There's Butler. Okay. I'll give you a wrench as well. Same spiel I gave to Al. I just want to make sure all of my moderators know you guys have been in here before, so I'm totally cool with doing this. My general spiel is don't use the remove from channel button. If someone's being a problem, give them timeouts, and if it's a continued problem, let me know, and I will be the one to actually kick them out. I want to be the one who's in control of that. Discussion of religion and stuff is fine as long as we keep it civil and it's a discussion and not people slamming one another for the beliefs. In that case, I will have to make a statement about that. Try and keep politics out of it just because I don't feel like discussing it, so we're not going to discuss it. Just keep it respectful. Questions are welcome. Yeah, basic stuff. Correct. There you go, Al. Words of Christ are written in red, but we know the whole Bible was written by Jesus. Yes, all the authors were, at least in my belief, and people like Al, what they believe as well, is that God guided the people who wrote the Bible. So, what you chasing today? Well, I'm not sure how much fishing I'm going to do. The river's high and muddy. There's a couple spots I might hit, but we might go hit a little creek up behind my house. I think that would have a better chance of actually catching stuff at the end if the river's not very good. But to start, I think we're going to have to toss it up that way to get through there, just because of the layout of it. I'm going to start by using this, which I know a lot of you who've been on my channel before have seen. This is a sling. We were already talking some about the Bible. This is similar to what David used to kill Goliath. Pretty cool little device. I'm going to do some future videos on this, but I have been, ever since I did this the first time, which was on a video like 10 months ago at this point, something like that, I absolutely loved it, and I've been falling more and more in love with it every time I do it. It's an awesome, awesome, fun thing to do. The sling is great, and I'm going to find some rocks down around this region, and we're going to toss them into the river, and hopefully you will be able to see where it splashes down and get some good distance here. The problem is the spot I selected isn't very rocky. It's got some big rocks down here, but it doesn't have a lot of slinging sized rocks, so I'm gonna have to hunt around for a minute or two before we can actually chuck some here. Oh, here we go. There's some over here. Alright, this is a little bit big, but this one will work. I'm going to attempt, I'm going to turn you guys this way so you can see it. I'm going to attempt to chuck it through that hole, and it should, can you guys see that? I'm just looking at, trying to figure out what you guys can actually see on the camera here. It should land somewhere out that way. So hopefully you guys can see it. Hey, 210, how's it going? Anthony is back in the house. Thanks for stopping in again. I saw you earlier. I just somehow neglected to mention you. Thanks for coming in. Sorry I didn't mention you earlier. All right, let's see what we can do here. I want to move this camera back a little bit. just in case something weird happens. All right, let's give that a shot. I don't know if you guys saw it. Let me know if you did. It landed almost all across the river. I'm doing well. I've got my first of 4 AP exams tomorrow because of all the studying I've been doing and lots of stuff to close up school. It's my senior year of high school, so lots of stuff going on. Anthony says it's blurry. Let me know if that's a consistent thing for you guys. It doesn't show that it's blurry on my end, but it never would because it's just the direct camera feed. If it's blurry, I'll try and move you guys around a little bit. Anyway, it's my senior year of high school. I've got my first of 4 APs tomorrow, so I'm kind of just relaxing today. Really blurry while you did that. Fun stuff. Let's see what this looks like. I'm gonna do some fancy tripod maneuvering. Hold on here a moment. Bear with me. Let me know what this looks like. By an anonymous 5.0 on Amazon, 87 pages. Well worth it. Sweet. Let me know if this is looking any better. I can probably get it through this hole here. Yeah, I can do that. That better? Sweet. Anthony says it's better. I can probably put it right through this hole. Yeah, I can do that. It's clear. Sweet. So yeah, I wanted to do a live today because I've been lax on my video production. This weekend I was really busy. It was my senior prom. I've been studying for AP exams. I've had some concerts. I play trumpets at school, so I've had a couple end of year concert stuff. I've just been really busy and have been unable to do much video production. So I wanted to do a live today just to relax before AP exams start and to make sure that I got some content out to you guys. Made sure you knew I was still alive. So let's go find another rock. All right, 10 people in here, 12 thumbs up. Thank you guys. All right, this is going to be a harder shot to do, just because I got to get up under these tree branches, but should still be fairly doable. Let's see how this goes. Well, that's not going to work. Hold on here. I wonder if I can do this. I'm going to move you guys back a tad. Okay. Let me know how that looks. It's a little crooked. I think that's good. That gives me a little bit more room to swing back here and get it up through that hole. Let me go find another rock. All right, there we go. Ozarks. I'm always at work when you go live. No problem. We're one time zone off, I think, so that makes sense. I just got out of school. You're probably still got 2 hours of work left, 2-3 hours of work. So that makes sense. All right, here we go. See if I can get it up through this hole. There you go. Line drive shot, but yeah, you can see that. I can see the ripple on there. I have to kind of line drive it through the trees. I can't get much loft on it, but you can see it. How long is that sling? I think mine is like 26 or 28. Mine's a little bit longer because most of the time, based upon where I am, I'm throwing distance and not accuracy, but I'm gonna make a couple shorter ones for accuracy. I can use it fairly accurately, but I think if I had like an 18-incher, I could get pretty accurate with it. All right, let's go find another rock. All right, I'm gonna try something here. If I turn you guys, let's see it again. We'll do, Tina. If I turn you guys that way, you guys can see some. You guys can see some. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and chuck it from down at the normal spot here. You guys will only be able to see me a little bit. You guys will only be able to see me a little bit here, but I can get a better shot placement. I'm gonna try and chuck it straight out, so you guys should be able to see it. All right, here we go. Let's try it. All right, the sling was twisted up. We got it in business now. Here we go. Let's give it a shot. Still a line drive. It's hard to get it up under these trees. Let's go take a little look and see if these people are going from the dock, because that would be way better to sling it. Way nicer spot. I will come back if I can. I really hate missing these labs. No problem, Ozarks. Oh, I was shielded from the rain in there though. It's definitely a little bit more spritzy out here. Yeah, we can do it over there. I'm gonna go grab my rain jacket, then grab the rest of my gear. Phone should be fine. I'll just keep wiping off the top there. And then there's a pavilion right next to us. If I determine that the rain's too bad for the phone, I will be able to just pop into the pavilion. Rain jacket's on this side. Hold on here. You're gonna be crooked for a second. There you go. I got the tripod legs all out of whack. Raptor wheel, I'm doing great. Let's extend these legs again. Bear with me. I know I say that a lot. Obviously that's not a great camera angle, so I'm trying to fix it. This is the fun part of being live. All right. There we go. All right. Whoa. You should lock your tripod legs before you set it down. What do you think? 5 people in here, 14 thumbs up. Thank you guys. I'm gonna go down there, grab my stuff. I'll be back in a sec. All right. Lunar, how's it going? What are we going to be fishing for? Whatever bites, Will. I'm mostly just out here exploring a little bit. Got the sling. I'm gonna do a couple more slings, and then we'll probably try to throw around a spinner, maybe a trout magnet, something like that. And then if that doesn't work, probably gonna hit the creek at the end of this live. There's some decent options for rocks right here. I might stay on the bank, not go onto the dock yet. Should zip this up all the way. 13 people in here, thank you. All right. Goliath, yep. All right, this is a much better spot, much more open. If I could put you guys a little bit further back, like right here, and yet again adjust the tripod, I can get a good, here's a nice flat spot for me to stand too, and go, yeah, that's perfect. That's gonna be real nice. Let's find a good rock. Not the best rock ever, but it's certainly not the worst. Clear vision, sweet. All right. Oh, here we go. It's a flat rock. Oh, it went through the tree, so it slowed down, but way off to that side, a Goliath grouper. Now that's a really big fish, yep. All right, this is a good one. This one fits in the pouch nicely. I'm gonna try and chuck it a little bit straighter, which means I should turn you guys that way. There we go. There we go. You guys see it? Hopefully. That was straight across. Yes, you saw it. Sweet. Put another one in the same spot, hopefully. Not as good of a throw. I like a little bit heavier rocks than what I'm using, a little bit bigger, but these work fine. That's super far and fast, indeed. Hold that one off that way a little bit. Bigger rock for a better splash, that's also true, but I tend to feel like when I'm swinging with a bigger rock, I can feel the back swing more and I can time it better. See if we can get a little bit bigger one. This is slightly bigger, not quite as big as I was hoping to find, but this one works fine. We'll do this one as well. All right, here we go. I keep getting the sling twisted. I don't know why. Very strange. All right, here we go. Hopefully you saw that. I pulled that one that way a little bit. The rain jacket's actually making it hard for me to throw like I normally do. It's weird. Here you go. This is a bigger rock. This one will be good. This one will be a good one. There you go. That one might hit the other side of the river. Oh, it was a couple feet off. Couple feet off. That one was close to hitting the other side of the river. All right, that's the goal for today. Can I get it across the river from where we're standing? See if we can do it. I forgot, are you going to East Coast tournament? I am not going to the East Coast slingshot tournament. I think we're on vacation when that happens, so. All right. New goal, get it across the river. I believe in you, sis Will. All right, now it's getting hot. Take this off again. Jose, how's it going? Anthony's heading out. I'll see you. Thanks for stopping in and for telling me about my camera quality. That was much appreciated. All right, here we go. That was not a good one. Not a good one. Oh boy, this one's big. This one is not bad. I want to get a good step into it. This ground's slightly uneven. This is a big rock. This might be good if I pull it off the right way. It was kind of a flat rock. I think I've said this before. The flat ones, because, you know, they're flat, they tend to go end over end. If you get them end over end, like kind of spinning towards the spot you wanted to go to, they go really far. But if you get it spinning sideways, it'll just pull in the direction you let go of your sling, which for me, because I'm right-handed, it pulls it left. I know the camera probably reverses it, but I am using, this is my right hand, I promise. I'm not lying. Because I use my right hand, it pulls it way to the left if you get it end over end that way. But if you get it end over end going like this, it'll go further than round rocks will. It really just depends. So that's why you don't want to use them for, you know, accuracy stuff, because they're very inconsistent. All right, got another rock. 5 people in here, 14 thumbs up. Dun, dun, dun. Get the rock, spread our patch out. Let's give this one a shot. Give it a whirl. Ooh, that's a good one. Close. Oh, almost. Did you guys see it? It was over to that side. I think it just went off camera. That one was close to making it across. Close. All right. Didn't catch that one. I thought that might be the case. All right. Let's give this one a shot. Ooh, that one's got a shot too. Oh. I don't know if you got that. I'm throwing it a little bit that way, so I'll turn it that way. The reason I'm turning it that way is because I'm trying to sling next to the camera, so I'm kind of turned that way. But I'm getting close. No. Man, all right, let's see if I can get it now, because I turned the camera a bit. I think you got that one. I just got a couple of them. After this set of rocks, we'll rig up the rod. Oh, you got that one, sweet. Oh, this one's kind of lopsided, so we gotta horn the pouch that way, see if that works. That should work. Here we go. That one's got a shot. Oh my gosh, it was like 4 feet. It was like 4 feet away. Let's try this big guy. This is a big one. That's the one to take out Goliath right there. Oh, that one slipped out of the pouch a little bit. So it only made it about halfway. And you can see it on the very edge of the screen. It turned. That one was almost. It can fit this pouch can fit like a regularly shaped tennis ball very well. Like it's big enough to do that. But if you get an irregularly shaped rock that's pretty big, it doesn't like it because it doesn't like, pouch doesn't form around it as well. This is a flat one, so if I get it to turn the right way, we'll go overhead instead of underhand for this one. See if I can get it to turn the right way. Oh, it turned the right way. I don't know if it's gonna make it. It was close, but I got it to turn the right way. Try a couple more like that, just because that one did so well. That one's close. I'm getting close. All right, I'm gonna take a couple minutes. We're going to rig up the rods here. First thing I want to put on is a spinner because of how high and murky the water is. I want a spinner on here. There we go. Seeing if we can hit some carp. Thanks for stopping in, Creed. No, not seeing if we can hit carp. I was doing some slinging. I'm just kind of messing around at the river today, honestly. I almost thought about bringing the magnet fishing setup too, but I thought that might be a little bit too much to handle for one live. But now I'm rigging up medium light rod with a 1/4 ounce spinner. At least that's the goal here. Toss that around, see if a smallie wants to come out to play, or a largie, take that too, or a catfish, or a rock bass, really anything. I gotta put a leader on this. I got some 6-pound mono in the bag. This is 10-pound. Is this 10-pound? No, this is 15-pound braided line. 15-pound Yozuri braided line. And then we're gonna put some Suffix 6-pound leader on here. Well, bang. right there. And we're going to try and see if the smallies are active. If they're not, we're probably going to hit up little tiny local creek to end the live and just catch some creek chubs. Bob, how's it going? Checking in before work? Or from work before I start. That's even better. Probably not for you. Yes, good idea, magnet fishing. Yeah, I've done it before. I've never done it on live, but I think that might be a fun thing to do on live, because you kind of just toss it out there, pull it in. So while I'm pulling it in, I suppose I could read chat. Don't really have to look at anything. Bob, how many did you get today? I know you got the one. I saw the one that was super fat. But how many in total did you get? Mm-hmm. 4. That's pretty good. I should have brought the carp setups out. I'm not thinking about staying out here too long. I do have to actually study at least a little bit. I'm pretty prepared, but for the AP exam, which I have tomorrow. But I do want to relax a little bit as well. All right, let's do a little snip. Snip the GT knot. Snip our leader right there. And so you can have proof that the gun you end up pulling up wasn't yours. Oh, in magnet fishing. Yes, I guess that's true. Yeah, the number of people I see pull out like weapons out of creeks when they're magnet fishing is phenomenal to me. Like, people get so... Would that be considered unlucky? What do you guys think? I feel like that's a whole lot of paperwork that I don't need to do. So I feel like I lean on the side of unlucky. Alright. Basic silver spinner. Now it's starting to rain again. Let's at least flip the rain jacket over so that the side that goes on my body stays dry. Tie this on and I might get the rain jacket back on. Hey Todd, how's it going? Taken in by police. Yeah. I promise, there's witnesses. It isn't mine. Alright, oh, it's raining again. It's just a little sprinkle, but it's enough to where I'm putting this back on. There we go. All right. Go down here and see what the river has to offer us. It is pretty high and fast. This dock is very slippy. I'm doing mighty fine, Todd. Hopefully you're doing well. Let's open that up. Bear with me. There we go. Bearskin brand rain gear. I have not. Alright, hold on here. I need to find some sort of something to put over the microphone hole on the top of my phone. Bear with me. Or I could do this. Watch this. Because the rain's picking up. Oh. Accomplished, says Bob. Hey look, there's a pavilion right here. Alright, I'm gonna go get the rest of my gear, put it under the pavilion, and then I'm just gonna walk back and forth from down there, take a couple casts, and come back. Alright, let me go get my stuff. All right, we're back. I don't know if I've got anything in my bag. I probably do, actually, that I could put over this microphone hole. And if we get that covered, I think we're good to go out there. So let me check. My pouch of possibilities. Oh yeah. I keep a little pouch of things that I can use. A lot of it's first aid, but different fishing related or things that would be helpful for fishing items in here. And I got some athletic tape and some electrical tape. I'm going to use the athletic tape because I think it would be easier to take off. There you go. I think it won't leave as much residue behind as a electrical tape would. So yeah, pouch of possibilities. Here, I'll show you what I've showed this in a video before, but it's a fairly old video at this point. Forceps, that's obvious. Hook and knife sharpener, also obvious. Sunscreen, 2 different types. First aid kit, it's essentially like a cut kit. I don't have like a tourniquet or anything major in here, but like alcohol pads, sting pads, band-aids, that sort of stuff. Some tapes. I have a Giltech Ruck, which is like it's a injected molded utility knife blade holder. So I have like a little knife on me if I need it. There's a flashlight and then a measuring tape for when I want to measure fish instead of weigh them. All right, I've got that hole covered, so I'm actually gonna go back down with y'all. Leave the rest of my gear up here to hide from the rain. But yeah, it's just coming in waves. Like, it's now really not raining much anymore, so I'm just gonna keep the microphone covers on, chill out down here, and we should be good. Yeah, the water is a lot faster than it typically is. Gonna just hang out over here. A lot faster than it typically is. Mountain climbers tape is good to have. That makes sense. I'm gonna make this tripod a little bit shorter so that if it were to fall over, it cannot go in the river, because I feel like, you know, I don't want it to go in the river. Supposedly my phone would be able to be okay, but I don't want to test that. There you go. It's the same by me. The rain is very inconsistent. It's like minute by minute, literally. All right. Oh, that was weeds. Don't get your hopes up. That was weeds. I see Creed saying something. Believe it or not, it's the same here. All the way down in Texas. I tried on these pants, which I can tell you the story in a minute. I took these pants, these little pairs of shorts, from my cousin, who is 12 years older than me. I got these a couple months ago, and I finally tried them on, and they're my new favorite shorts. I'm gonna buy like a whole bunch more of these. They're a little bit more rigid than like an athletic short, and I've either had to go one or the other. Like when I'm going somewhere a little bit nicer or have to do some heavy duty work in the summer, I go cargo shorts, something along those lines. And they're just a little bit too heavy, a little bit too stiff. Now the rain's back. And then if I am just doing fishing or running or just something general, I'll wear athletic shorts. These are kind of really in between. They're kind of like golf shorts. They're stretchy, but they're still a little bit more rigid. So I can do things like clip in my knives. They've got belt loops on them, so if I wanted to put on a belt and like have something on my belt, I can do that as well. These are like my new favorite shorts. I'm loving them. Gonna get some more. Brad's here. What are you fishing for? Mostly smallmouth, but whatever bites. Brad's here, All Things Country. Skeeter's here. Skeeter, I'm super excited to see you at the meetup this weekend. For my members, I know I've got three members in chat, I think, right now. I know Raptor Will and Creed are here. I don't know if Ozarks is still here. But I will be going live Thursday evening on the members only StreamYard, so you guys can pop up. And I'll be getting ready for... Oh yeah, there's Ozarks, so he's still here. I'll be getting ready for the trip to Skeeter's meetup at Lake Glory live, and we can just hang out and chat as I'm doing so. I only wear cargo shorts when I'm out doing things, and I only wear athletic shorts when I'm relaxing at home. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like one or the other for me, and these can do both, so I'm just going to buy like 4 more pairs of these. I wore these to church yesterday, and then the rest of the day, and then I'm wearing them again today, because I didn't really do anything that got dirty. I was at church, and then I drove my girlfriend home, so like I didn't really do anything. That spot looks very familiar to me. It's almost like I live right next to it. Steve. I'm trying to see if the smallmouth are active yet. Skeeter, thank you so much. Skeeter is a new member. Skeeter's going to be, I guess Skeeter's going to be joining us for the prep for going to his meetup. He's going to see what I'm going to be bringing along. I just got bumped. That was definitely a fish. That was not a weeds. So I've been thinking about going down underneath the bridge to do some fishing, because I thought that would be a good spot. I catch a lot of smallmouth there, and then given how much it's raining now, I think that might be a good idea, because I can then fish up under there. It's a good spot for smallmouth and be shielded from the rain. One of my favorite days of smallmouth fishing, I made a short about it. It was back when shorts were limited to a minute, so there isn't as much of the fun parts of it as I would like to put in the short. But I caught 3 smallmouth in 22 minutes. I just walked up there randomly. In 22 minutes, I caught 3 smallmouth underneath that bridge way up yonder, if you can see it. And they were all nice smallmouth on a crankbait. Steve gave me a $10 donation. Well, thank you very much, Steve. That was not necessary, but I appreciate it all. I'm getting ready to go fill the gas tank again, because the truck does not get the greatest gas mileage in the world. Anybody who owns a truck will know, and anybody who owns an older truck will especially know. But yeah, I will probably use that for some gas money. Creed's 1 month on the Voyagers membership. We got a lot of membership accolades going on here. Membership and donation accolades, so thank you guys very much. Luminaries, I don't think I said hi to you when you came in. I did see it. I was just in the midst of saying something. Thanks for coming in. I want a canopy so I can fish in the rain more. That's sweet. For gas. There you go. I'll join in on the fun. Creed knows. Creed has an older truck. The gas money is a serious thing with older trucks. Yours is... I think yours is older than mine. Mine's an 06. I think yours... I'm going to see if I can snipe it. Yours is like an 04, right? I think we've talked about this before. I just can't remember. Yeah, I will definitely have to fill up on gas before heading to Lake Glory. It's 2 hours and 12 minutes from me. So, and then I'm going to be heading back up that way in 2 weekends. Yeah, 2 weekends for Tony Random Adventures 2.0. His meetup is at pretty much the exact same spot. I'm going to be heading up there and then be there for a couple hours. I think Ozarks Red Adventure and I are going to meet up there. and then I'm going to turn around and come back in the same day. So that day I'm going to get like 4.5 hours of driving in one day, which is, I don't know, not the most enjoyable thing in the world. Yep, it's an 04. How'd you know? We've talked about it. I just was seeing if I could remember it. I was trying to remember whether yours was 1 year older or 2 year older than mine. We did have a conversation about it probably a couple months ago. I've got a good memory. All right, I'm gonna. Ozark's Great Adventures joining in there too. That's awesome. Thank you guys. Ozark's. I know we've said some email stuff about it. If you could confirm it, that'd be awesome, especially on the live. Are you gonna end up coming up to the meetup with Tony from Random Adventures 2.0? Because if so, I have been confirmed that I can go now. It was really a question of, was it going to interfere with my tournament schedule? But then the tournament got moved. Unfortunately, I don't think I can do the tournament anymore, but it then doesn't interfere with the meetup, so I can definitely do that now. Anyone want to shoot me a couple $100 so I can fly up and join on this meetup? Creed, are your memberships open? I don't think they are yet, right? As of right now, yes. I'll be in PA. Sweet. So Ozarks and I are going to meet up. I know Ozarks said he might stay for a little bit longer. That's not important as far as the Skeeter's going to Tony's meetup as well. That's not important whether he's staying afterwards for the actual meetup conversation, but he and I might be doing some things afterwards as well while he's up here. Anyone who's not familiar, he's from Missouri. Branson, Missouri, I believe. So, right by the border. I told Anyfin that I would come up there once I hit 10K. That'd be awesome. You got lots of people who'd like to meet you in person. You got me, Steve's up here, Skeeter's up here, Bob's obviously up here. Pretty much anybody who comes to the Skeeter's meetup, I'm sure would like to get to meet you in person. I don't have memberships open yet. Still got to get those watch hours. Sweet. So if anyone, Creed's an awesome guy. If anyone hasn't gone over and looked at Creed's channel, he does a lot of, it's pretty much just fishing, but he does mostly bass fishing, some cat fishing, carp fishing, crappie fishing here and there. But he's very knowledgeable as far as the bass specific stuff. He is a tournament angler. He's won one tournament and he's placed pretty well on a whole bunch of others. So if you haven't watched his videos or his lives, make sure to go check him out. He's a great dude. I think he's a year younger than I am. So we have somewhat similar energies in that regard. Skeeter says I'm new here. All right, I'm going to take a couple casts up along the bank here because as you can see, there's a lot of like structure down there. I'm gonna take a couple casts along the bank. If that doesn't work, I think I'm gonna head up to the bridge. We'll try that for a little bit. And then maybe 10-20 minutes, and then depending on what happens there, we will head over to the creek just to get a fish on the board. Skeeter, you old everywhere you go. Have you seen any carp jumping? I have not, at least not yet. Steve, you'd probably know. I was trying to, don't tell me the exact spot on a live, but I was trying to figure out whether Bob's spot that he was fishing today was on the Schuylkill or not. I feel like it is it? Or is it on one of the local creeks? I've got some really awesome videos coming this summer, changing up my filming and editing style completely. That's awesome, Creed. I don't want to, I'll spoil stuff. I have so many awesome videos that I'm in the midst, like currently filming, that I just have not been able to edit because of how busy I've been. We're doing gold panning. We got some really awesome fishing stuff coming soon. You got a rod review. We got that archery. We got the compound bow video coming soon. I've been building an atlatl. We've got insane stuff coming soon. We got a video talking all about like different ways to build slings and which one's the best. We got crazy stuff coming soon. I just have not been able to edit any of it because of how busy I've been. All right, the phone's getting low on battery. I'm gonna take one more cast, then we're gonna head back to the truck, get the phone plugged in, and all the rest of the fun stuff. Move up that way. Alright, last cast. Alright, let's move. Phone's at 8%. And on a live, especially when I'm streaming from data, it goes down quickly. We're at 7 now. So let's get our gear, get back to the truck, get it plugged in quickly so we can keep this live going. I don't think I've ever lost a live due to the phone dying yet. I don't want today to be the first day. Alright, here we go. Alright, do that. Grab the sling. Grab you. Uh-oh. That's not what we want. Luckily the truck is like right here. Just for the sake of not taking the phone off the tripod, I think I might set the tripod up like in the passenger seat. 5%, but the truck's like 60 feet away. We're gonna be fine. I believe we'll be fine. All right, get you guys plugged in. Never mind. I'm breaking all my rules. You're not going on the tripod. Bear with me. I'm working on it. Plugged in. We're good. Alright, I know there's a whole bunch of chats. Sorry. There, my phone was on the dark screen because it was dying. I'll be in just a second once I get my gear set up, and then we'll move over to the next spot, which is like 300 yards down the road. And all the crew people, or I'll set you up this way, all the crew team people are heading in here anyway. You can watch them walk by. Alrighty. Alright, let's read some chats here. Sorry that I haven't been reading. I've been trying to make sure the phone didn't die. I'm a feed my face, says Todd. Have a great day. Alright, truck started up. Let's read some chats here. Flip you around. Local creek next to Ursinus. That makes sense. That's the other one I was thinking about. That it could be. Fishing and hunting outdoors, thanks for stopping in. Luminaries is heading out, says hope you catch a big one, thank you. And it says have a great day as well. Believe it or not, I found the spot Bob was fishing at on Google Earth. I don't think he actually believed me when I told him. Rod says, hey Rod, I have the pin for the spot if you want it. I think I know where he is. There were just two spots that I thought it could be. One of them was the Schuylkill, a spot on the Schuylkill, and one of them was the spot on this other creek. And I was just trying to figure out which one it was. Let's do a sling and fishing live together when I'm there. For sure, we can do that. When would we do that? Do you know what time Tony's meetup is over? And also how long you're staying, because my girlfriend and her family and my family are getting together on the Sunday of Memorial Day weekend. But on actual Memorial Day, I think I'm fairly free. So if you're staying that long, we could do stuff then. I know we talked about you possibly coming to my church while you're up here, all that fun stuff. Al says no. Not sure what you're referring to, but Rod Wilson joined the Voyagers. Thank you so much, Rod. I know you were one of my initial members when I started it the first time and had to take him back down, so thanks for rejoining. That is awesome. 9 p.m. It ends at 9 p.m. Okay. I'm not sure of the time, but I'll let you know for sure tonight. Yeah, let me know the details tonight. Now that I know you're coming up, I know I at least get to see you because I will be at that meetup. I'm not sure for how long. But yeah, it is 2 hours or so back to my house. So I don't want to stay like too long. If it ends at 9 and I get back at 11, I don't know. I might leave a little bit early, but we'll see. Oh, I thought I was texting on the phone. There you go, Al. I've done that before. All right, here we go. Let's flip you guys around. We're gonna do this. Dun, dun, dun. And we will back out of this spot here. Are you going right under the bridge? Yes, I am, Steve. I got the waders with me. We're gonna have to pop those on. This car wants to zip on by. We're gonna follow them. And we are going to try to park either right here, which it looks like the spots might be filled. Oh no, we got, no, the spots are filled. Dang it. And then the crew people are doing their thing right here. So what I might end up doing is parking on the other side of the road here. The road that goes over the river by way of the bridge that we will be fishing under. So I'll probably have to cross over the road, but it's not that big of a deal. This light loves to turn right as I get there. We're going through. Oh, here we go. Just turned yellow. Told you. Alright, we're gonna park somewhere over here. There are places to park down this way. We'll have to do a little bit of walking, but that's not that big of a deal. This place, this Keystone spot down to the left, my friend has told me about. He said that's a really cool little outdoor store, but I've never been there. I'm not sure if I actually want to park over here. We're gonna turn around here. We might have to bypass the bridge and just go down to the creek because I'm not sure there's going to be a good spot for me to park. Alright, we're just gonna do that. I'll flip you guys around at some point so you don't know where my house is. We're just driving along. Sorry, I won't be able to chat here for a couple minutes because I don't want to look at my phone. Every time I've drove around with you guys on live, I've had someone else to read chat, but we're only going a couple minutes away, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Alright, I'm going to flip you guys around. Whoa, bumpy. So that way, you guys can't figure out where my house is. I mean, I guess if you tried really hard, you probably could figure it out, but, you know. I'll just do what I can. Alright, the light is red, so I can look here. That's smart. Focus on safety, says Raptor Will. Raptor Will says, I'll be in North Central PA, Lewisburg, from May 17th through May 23rd. Alright, the light's green, so I can't read the rest of it. But you're somewhat close to where I'm at. I can read the rest of it in a couple minutes here. Gotta go two hands on the wheel for this one because we are driving through puddle. As I told my younger sister, who's 14, she's always excited when we go through the puddles because it makes the big spray, which is kind of fun. And I think I shattered her little, or burst her little bubble by saying, yeah, that you gotta make sure you don't do that when you're driving without thinking about it, because those puddles slow down your wheels on the side and like to drag you in. So I went from the one-hand driving to the two-hand when we went through that puddle. Got the crew people. Stop the stop sign. Put on my turn signal. Creed says you have an F-150, right? That is, in fact, true. I have a 2006 F-150. I don't exactly know how you say it. Lariat, I think it is, which is like the high trim level, but it's the high trim level back from 2006. It currently has 12,100. Well, can't speak. 120,000, not 12,000. That'd be pretty cool. 121,341 miles on it. That's how many miles it's got. I can't read, apparently. We might never get out of here because there's somehow a lot of traffic, even though there's not typically a lot of traffic right here. I'm gonna do this. There you go. We made it. The roads are wet and slippy. Anybody who drives a truck knows about the back end drift. I had a little bit of back end drift there, which I didn't love. Okay, this person's parked terribly. Let's not run into them. This is a narrow road, one of my least favorite roads to drive on because it's high volume, and there's people parked on both sides, and the road's not that wide, so it gets pretty tight in there. You don't want to run into somebody's car. Alright, we are just going to head down to the creek. Almost there. I got like 2 minutes and then I can talk to y'all. My house is in the neighborhood right there. And we're going to drive on past it and head down to the creek, which is at the other side of the neighborhood. It's just spritzing enough to where if I actually put the windshield wipers on, it goes too frequently. So I'm just, when I need it, I'm just turning it on by hand. Alright. Little right turn. Just like that. Little left turn. And we got one more turn to make and then we'll be at our destination. So we're almost there. Speed bump. I'm just narrating driving now, trying to talk to y'all, keep you guys entertained as we're moving spots. And I can't read your chats, so I'm just essentially talking to myself. Fun stuff. Alright, a little around the bend, and then left turn, and then we're there. Oh, I gotta park, but find a spot to park, and we're good. Alrighty, here we go. Speed bump. Gonna park somewhere down here at the end. How about right there? We're gonna back in. Good stuff, good stuff. Kaboom. We're in. Alright, let me read some chats before I get out of the truck. Alright, Raptor Willow. That's where I left off. I'll be in North Central PA, Lewisburg area from May 17th through May 23rd, so I don't think I'll make it to any meetups, unfortunately, even though I really wanted to go to at least one. Well, sorry about that, Raptor Will. Raptor Will is applauding safety first, which I agree. Creed asked about the F-150. Yep. Hydroplaning. Yeah, no hydroplaning. I think the max speed I hit on the way home was like 35, so we should be good. 12,000 would be crazy. For a 2006, yeah, that's like untouched. I've got you beat by about 10,000 miles. There you go. Probably not a good thing. My miles is 171,000. Ozark's truck is a lot newer. Yeah, this truck, I've told the story about it before. It was my grandfather's, but it was like the tertiary family vehicle. They were a Ford family, so my grandma had an Explorer. No, an Escape, the little one. And then my grandpa had the Explorer, and then they had this, and they really only used this for like heading up to our lake house for hauling things, that sort of thing. So when I got it, it had 112,000 miles on it. So I guess I put almost 10,000 on it since I got the truck. But it really, for being from 2006, it really does not have bad mileage on it. It's pretty good. Creed said, I have special paths I take home when it rains, and I'm by myself, so I can take advantage of that back end drifting. Oh boy. Asking Ozarks what kind of truck he has. 210 has 187,000 miles. The car I currently drive is a 2016 Subaru Outback that my parents own and allow me to drive. It has 93,000 miles, and about 28,000 of those were acquired by my travels. Yeah, I'll put a lot of miles on this in college because I am commuting, and I think it's a 19-mile drive to my college. So I'll probably go 4 days a week. 4 days a week, 40 miles a day on the truck, essentially. So I'll be doing 160 miles just for school every week, and then I probably do, on most weeks nowadays, I probably do around 100 miles. Just average. Some weeks it's less, some weeks it's more. My girlfriend lives an hour and 20 minutes away, so whenever I do stuff with her, it's a lot higher, and then most weeks it's like, normal weeks, it's like 40, 50 miles. So averages out to about 100, so I'll probably be doing 260 miles on the truck every week when I'm in college. Glacier Shark says, are we going fishing? Yes, we are. Ozark saying hi to 210. Glacier Shark says safety third. When I started driving Subaru, it had about 70,000 to 75,000 miles, and now has just over 93,000. There you go. Hooked on Real Baits is in here. Thanks for coming in. Besides big fish, drifting might get me more hyped up than anything else in the world. There you go. Yeah, no, especially as I was talking about, that road gets tight, so when I start back-end drifting on that road, I'm not too happy about it. Does my girlfriend fish with me? She does occasionally. She's actually been in the background of a lot of videos. If you look through, you can find her, but, you know, I generally, if someone's not part of the video, they're not in the videos, generally how it works for me. Just because people ask, like, who was that person? And it's just extra hassle. But she does occasionally. She actually does a lot of pottery. And I'm also, yet again, in the midst of filming a video where I did my primitive. I did my primitive pot making, like where I took clay out of the lake and then made a pot and fired it in the fire and did it like primitive version. We did a couple like more modern techniques. We took that same clay out of the lake when we were up at the lake house the last time. We processed it down into like normal clay. She has a couple classes in school and is really good at pottery. So we're processing it down, and then she's going to make like actual stuff out of it. And then I'm going to do a little comparison about the process and the final result of the primitive version versus the like more modern version, like taking wild clay, harvesting it. We're going to do like a comparison between the two. And it's me, primitive version, who actually doesn't know how to do pottery, versus real clay, like we processed it down into like normal clay and gave it to someone who actually knows how to do pottery, and see what the difference is. That video should be fun. But she's processing the clay and she's going to make stuff out of it. And I should have the final results of that by June, whatever she makes, and then whenever I get around to editing that video. So Ozark says, I love that vid. 2 parts, I believe. Yeah, I did part of it as a live, but I included snippets of what I was doing in the main video, but a good part of the firing process was during a live stream. So, all right, so we've got a little bit of a dilemma here, which is how much juice. Oh, my battery pack's got full juice. Boom, there you go. Me too, Creed, on my 4-wheeler. Hooked on real baits, like drifting on a 4-wheeler. All right, let's get down to the creek. Dun, 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 dun. Plug you in there. Is that working? Yes, it is. I think I can actually do that better though by doing this. Hold on. Please hold. Hold on. There we go. I got it. What fish you targeting today? Hooked on reel baits. We tried the river for a little bit, but it's high and fast from all the rain. So's the creek, but I know more about like super specifically where the fish are in this creek. So we're heading down to the creek, see if there's some sunfish, fall fish, creek chubs, do a little creek assessment. The last time we were down there, it was about a month ago. There you go. I think you were on that live as well, but that was the last time I was on this creek fishing. So I haven't been down here in a while, haven't, surveyed the scene. So we're going to do that. Please hold as I get you guys into the tripod. Right there. Creed says I got to head out and get some schoolwork done on my last week. Thank the Lord. When I go live at 5. Sweet. I'll see if I can check it out. I'll pop you on. What time is it? 4:30. Yeah, I probably won't be on too much longer. I'll send people your way when I'm done. Alrighty, let's do this. Plug that in. We're good on that front. Put these in my pocket. Find my keys in my left pocket. Alright. Put you guys here. Dun, dun, dun. Alright. I actually find that the creek chubs in this creek get really, really fired up when it rains. So we might get on some good creek chub action today. Back to work for Ozarks. See you later, Ozarks. Make sure I'm sure you will, but make sure you send me those emails later so we can get some plans locked down for when you're up in the great Keystone State. Alright, oh, my pliers keep hitting me in the back of the leg. They're stabbing me. 3 people hanging out, 29 thumbs ups, and we have $22 in donations on this live, including two new members. So this has been a great day. as far as that goes. Thank you guys. Some awesome support going on today. 5 people back in here. All right. So I said this the last time I was down here, but this tree has long stood up and it's now fallen down. So the whole layout of this creek is different than it's been for the last many years. So definitely a little bit different vibe than it was. Alright, I have nothing rigged up on this rod, so I must put something on it. And then we'll get to fishing. Well, ultralight. Actually, the water in the creek is pretty clear. Nowhere near as muddy as the river. I finally caught a fish in my local creek too, actually. Well, that's awesome. Catching a fish in local creeks is fun because you can just walk down there, pop down there, and get some fishing done. I mean, I can walk to this from my house. I often don't because I'm often already out and about, so I just drive down and park here. But for years, this was my number one fishing location because, you know, my parents had to drive me. For anyone who isn't familiar in chat, I'm 18 years old, so I've only been driving for like 2 years. So for a very long time, this was my primary fishing location because I didn't have to get my parents to drive me anywhere. I could just walk down here, do my thing, come back whenever dinner was, or so on and so forth. And it was a great little experience. Great time in my life was when, you know, I didn't have homework after school back in like 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade, and I'd just come down here and fish every single day. Don't do that anymore. I think this is my 3rd time at the creek. I think it's 4th time at the creek this year. Hey Stuart, how's it going? We're out here fishing. We did some slinging, assessed some river conditions, and now we're at the creek because the river was high and fast, and I said, I don't think I'm gonna get anything here today. I was mostly going for smallmouth. Didn't have much time to try for anything else. Alright, here. I know exactly what rig I'm looking for. Super, super simple. We're going. Alright, there you go. We're going with at least a start. We might throw a float on there in a couple minutes, but we're going with a weightless hook with a gulp maggot. It's like a no-fail. Stuart's a month on the Voyagers. Thank you. For members, Stuart's hyping up the memberships. Thank you, Stuart. For members, I got a couple membership-only videos coming out soon. I know I've actually put out quite a bit of members content for you guys already. I've got a members-only live. I know a lot of you already know this because you were in here earlier. But for Stuart, I've got a members-only live on Thursday prepping for the YouTube meetup up at Lake Glory. Tons of people that most of you guys know are going to be there. I'm just going to be packing, showing you guys what I got, and then it's a StreamYard, so if you guys would like, you guys can just pop up. I just untied my knot. Whoops. You guys can pop up on the StreamYard as you so please. And then, yeah, we're just going to roll with that. Hang out as member squad. I've got a slinging video coming out where I was using the head cam, so you get like a POV of slinging, which I've never done before. I'm going to put that out for members. And then I've got, is Hooked on Real Bait still in there? Yeah, he is. For the members, I actually went and measured the spot where I was driving along fishing on one of my last fishing lives. and my mirror hit the sign, and I said something along the lines of, my wheels were all the way on the road. How in the world could I hit that sign? So I actually went and measured it, and my wheels were a whole 6 inches based upon where the mirror hit the sign. My wheels, I did some measurements, and I'm going to put it up for members only because I think they'll think it's funny. My wheels were a whole 6 inches on the road, and yet my mirror still hit the sign. So I don't know whose idea it was to put the sign that close to the road. Colin Ims, I love fishing, plus I am a girl. Sweet. See you at the YouTube meetup, for sure, Glenn. Alright, where's my maggots? There they are. I love gold maggots, they're great. G1 says Sigma. That's either a brain rot term, or you're talking about the notation for summing things in calculus. One of the two. The person who put the sign up is at fault. Yeah, I don't know why it was that close to the road. But I'll put that video up for members just because I thought it was funny. I went down there, measured it, filmed it, and I'll put it up there. You know Fian. I don't know what that means. What fish you trying to catch, says G1. Right now, really anything. Creek chubs, sunfish, just something small. I haven't been down to the creek in a little bit, so I've been just trying to figure out what all is in here, because it changes throughout the year. The sunfish are only here in the warmer weather. The suckers get more active in the spring, all that stuff. Nolan, if you mention your memberships, people are 3 times more likely to take one out, just to let you know. For sure, Stuart, I've talked about it quite a bit today. Hey, Jimmy, how's it going? There we go. First fish of the day on the gulp maggot. Let's see if anybody knows what it is. I've caught these a lot in my videos over the years in different places, different times. Anybody know what this guy is? If I can hold him still for a bit. Rain's picking up. Hold on. There we go. Anybody know what that guy is right there? I'm going to toss him back. I'll let you know what he is in a moment. Oh boy. Rain's coming down. Hood up. Stuart, you're close. It's not a creek chub, it's the other one. Jimmy's got it. Common shiner, that's him. Right there. Oh boy. The rain. Both look the same. They're close, yeah. Alright, I can't see my line moving because of how rainy it is, so I'm going to toss on a little float. already. Little float time. 2 people hanging out in here, at least that's what YouTube says. It's often inaccurate. If it is accurate, I imagine that's just Jimmy and Stuart. Alright, let's toss that in there. Definitely got to shorten up this leader a little bit. Stuart was fly tying moth imitations earlier. That's awesome. I'm going to do some fly tying videos here soon. I got a couple plans. A plan I made last year but have never done it. Yash, how's it going? Yash, it was real nice out. About 30 minutes ago I was out here fishing and now rain jacket is required. Yash is someone I know from school. For those of you who were on here earlier, you know that my first AP exam's tomorrow, but Yash took this AP last year, and he claims that I got nothing to worry about. So, I guess we'll see if that's true tomorrow. Oh, you're getting the rain that was just here. Yeah. Oh man. Alright, let's do that. And lift you guys up a little bit. Ba-boom. Right there. Yeah, she'll appreciate this because you always ask me. I got $22 in super chats today on the live, so that was a real awesome day. And I had 2 members join. Oh. If the rain doesn't stop in 5 minutes, I'm probably done. Oh boy, there we go. Oh. Oh, I had him. The rain stopped here, was in and out in 10 minutes. Yes, you need a rain jacket. Luckily, I sealed up all the holes on my phone, so no rain's gonna get in anywhere. Oh, here we go. Fish on. Oh, there you go. This is awesome. Same species, but this one is in spawning colors. They get really red and beautiful when they're spawning. Look at that fish. Hold on. Hopefully it's focusing well. Look how beautiful that fish is. Beautiful common shiner. They also have what are called tubercles, which indicates that this is a male. Little horns up on the face, that means they're ready to spawn. Flathead candy, says Jimmy, that's true. Toss him back, he's good to go. Pike bait. So Jimmy said flathead bait, and Stuart said pike bait. Same mentality, different regions of the world. Alright, the rain is not seeming like it's going to stop. Oh, that was a fish. Take it, take it, take it. Ah, missed him. We'll get one more fish and then we'll go hide in the truck. If it stops shortly after we get in the truck, then I guess we'll keep going. But if not, we got 2 fish on the board. Any predatory fish would eat that. That is true. Oh, here we go. We had him. Oh. There we go. Got another something. Oh, here we go. Second species of the day. Here's your creek chub. Stuart, that's a creek chub. So, they do look similar, but they're not quite the same. Alright, I think I'm going to pack it in. We've been live for almost 2 hours. Wet my hands. There we go. Been live for almost 2 hours. Caught a couple fish, did some slinging, hung out with y'all. Wasn't the most exciting day I've ever had, but it was a good one. Probably going to go hide in the truck. We'll wait for 2-3 minutes, see if the rain starts to lighten up. But I think that's probably going to end up being where I call it for the day. So. Alright. Oh, it's... Whoa. Keep dry, you don't want to chill, that's true. Alright, we're moving. There we go. Heading back up to the truck. It's not summertime yet for warm rain. Yeah, but it's not too cold around here. It's probably still in the 60s today. It's not too bad. I mean, even in the 60s during the rain, I think it was in the 70s earlier. It's not bad. I will show you this while we're at it, just because I can. 73 out. Yeah, it's not bad. Hop over a little drainage location. There we go. Alright. So, I know I mentioned I was, it's sunny here, says Super Cow. Nice to see you, Super Cow. You can see there's some bamboo right there. I mentioned I was in the midst of building an agaladdle. And this is where I cut the spears from, was this section of bamboo. Right here. So, yeah, stay tuned for that video. Whoa, almost slipped and fell. Okay. Fish have been caught. Can you make bamboo pie? I didn't know that was a thing. Are you messing with me? Can someone fact check if bamboo pie is a thing? If so, maybe I'll try it. That sounds interesting. Oh, all right, hold on. Dun-dun-dun. Oh, let's take the rain jacket off. It is quite wet. Oh. 6 people in here, 33 thumbs ups. I'll drive you guys back home, and I guess I'll end the live out front of the house. Because why not? I had some rain roll down my neck, get on my shoulders, even though I was wearing the rain jacket, so. Alright. Rain basically stopped as soon as I got up to the truck. Bamboo pie is very nutritional. So I guess it's real then. It's just I've never heard of it, which somehow surprises me. I thought I would have heard of something like that. Heading back. Use the bamboo shoots. I'll look into it. Alright. Speed bump. 8 people in here, 33 thumbs up. Thank you guys. I'm just driving about a minute and a half back home. And I will end the live out front of the house. Did a little bit of exploring, nothing super exciting today. Oh boy, that's not good. Nothing super exciting today, but it was a good day regardless. My steering wheel piece is trying to come off my steering wheel. I got to take care of that. I'll chat with you guys in a minute. Don't want to be looking at the chats as I'm driving, because that's not safe, even though I am now just in a neighborhood. Thanks for hanging out here today, guys. Oh boy. Calm down there, person. Person just pulled out in front of me. Almost done here today. Just gotta get back to the house. Almost back. And now we're back at the house, gotta park. Alright, back on in. There we go. There we go. We're good. Alright. We are good. Nice. Alright. Koketso Lawton. Hey, I think you're in my neighborhood because as soon as I saw you started driving, I saw your car. Well, don't say exactly where you're at, but if you're in Pennsylvania, I guess there's a shot. That's true. I'm amazed at some of the names that people come up with for their channel. I guess that's true. I think Koketso might actually be their name. Oh. 210 says it was good watching you, brother. Thanks for taking us along. Have a great evening. You as well, 210. All right, well, I guess I'll end it in the truck here. We did a little bit of exploring today. Nothing super exciting. Caught a couple little fish. Explored the river. Did a little bit of slinging. It's a good time. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Glad you guys stopped in. As I said in my community post, it just reconnected. Sorry about that. But point to where I can start making busy. Unfortunately, that's not a week and a half or so. But got some awesome stuff coming up. Got some channel. Doing some schoolwork. That's true. Stuart, you know what you're talking about, man. This guy knows some stuff. Yeah. All right. Well, with that, I'm gonna head out. Thanks for coming in, guys. See you later.